What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Case Digital. My name is Zach, and in today's video we're answering the question of how to check whether or not a string is empty in Python. And for this example, we're going to use this current variable, and I've just created an empty string. So let's hop right in and show you how you can tell whether or not, or how you can make sure and check whether or not it's empty. All right, before we can jump right in and show you kind of the different methods that I want to show you of how you can check whether or not a string is empty, let's first define what an empty string is in Python. So Python is represented, like if you watch any of my previous videos, you know that you can represent a string in Python by a couple different ways, whether it's a single quote like I have right here, or you can go double quotes, or you can even go kind of like triple quotes, and that's a string. However, if you were to sign something like that, you're going to use this variable and it's going to eventually contain strings, if you add the none kind of object to it, that is not considered necessarily an empty string. So when we say empty string, what we're meaning is that there's no characters between your quotes within the string. So with that definition out of the way, let's show you several different methods on how you can tell whether or not a string is empty. So one way that you can tell whether or not a string is empty in Python is essentially by using the built-in length operator or function, where you can essentially say, we can say length of string is equal to len and then cur string. And if I go ahead and print this out, and then we'll grab this. If we run this right here, what you'll see is that it prints out that the length of the string is 0. Now, if I add a character to our string, you'll see that it's going to be 1. And even if I add something like a new line to this, you'll see that it's going to be equal to 1. So that's where kind of like the length of the string, using that built-in length, you can tell whether or not it's empty if it equals 0 or not. So if I could come in here and I could say something like if length of string is equal to 0, then I say print is empty. Else we can just say not empty, right? All right, so if I go ahead and rerun this, you'll see that, hey, length of string is 1, it's not empty. If I go back here, take this out, then I can say that the length of the string is 0, so it is empty. One thing that you could check too as well, if this fits into your situation regarding this, is you could do something like .strip. And what this will do is kind of clear all of the, like for example, if this had kind of this new line at the end, this strip should kind of clean that up and returns basically the copy of that string without the beginning or the ending kind of white space. It just kind of removes it. And so if I were to go here and run this again, you'll see that we get an is empty, because what happens is this strip kind of wipes this away and it becomes an empty string. So that is a method of how you can determine whether or not a string is empty by using kind of this length function. Another method that you can use to check whether or not a string is empty is by simply doing direct comparison. So since we know what our definition of empty is, and that's just by this definition of like there's no character between two two quotation marks, whether it's single, double, or triple, we can just say that if cur string is equal to this, then we go ahead and we do something like we print this out, and we can rerun this. So I'll just come in here and say, we'll just comment out all this code. And if we rerun this, oops, didn't mess that, there we go. You'll see that it says that it is empty. Now again, if I add something like this in there, the new line, you'll see that it says it's not empty. If I add in a 1, which this we know shouldn't be empty, but basically that is just another way to test is whether or not you just do direct comparison to being an empty string. So do something like equals this, and this could also, again, you could also say this, let's take this out. You could also say that, single quotes, like I mentioned, if I rerun this, it says empty. If I compare this to a triple quote, then it still says that it's empty, because it's all the same thing, because that's how strings in Python are denoted, whether or not it's single, double, or triple, quotation marks, it doesn't matter. So that's another method is basically through direct comparison. Now let's talk about the third and final, which I like, which is kind of like pretty slick way of checking whether or not a string is empty in Python. So the last method I want to show is basically by doing something like if not cur string, then we print out our, whether it is empty or not empty. print it. Because what happens is if it is an empty string, if kind of Python evaluates this as kind of a 0 or a false, in the sense that and we know that 0 is kind of represented the Boolean false, and so when we do if and if it doesn't have anything and we say not string, then that means that if this string is empty, then return, go do what something else. Otherwise, if it had something, it would return a 1, essentially saying, hey, it's good. You have there's something in there. It's not empty. Then this would essentially be not empty, right? And then the other one would be empty. So like in this format, if I wrote it this way, this says, hey, if this string has something in it, do something. Otherwise, it's empty. And then the way that we had it before was saying that, hey, if this is empty, then do whatever we want to do if it is empty. Otherwise, it's not good. The one caveat I would always say here though is, and maybe even with all these, this also depends on like how you're, what strings you're coming in. If you need white space in your strings, this might not be the best thing to do, or you need new lines, this might not be the best thing to do. But what I always do is like, if I know I'm going to need it, is I do something like the strip function, like I mentioned before up here when talking about this length function, is because when we do this takes out the chance in our code that like it doesn't fall into this if statement like I'm hoping it will, just because like the string has a new line, or the string contains 3 spaces or 2 spaces or 1 space, right? Because essentially, if I didn't have this here and let's comment out this one and I do with just a single space, you'll see that this says it's not empty because a space is still represented as a character. So before I was doing new lines, which that would still say that this is not empty, a character space, a tab, all those different things, they're considered some sort of character, and so they're not empty. And so that's why like if you know that like, hey, I don't really care whether there's white space in there, I just want it to be just the words or whatever, then you do strip. What this will do is if I rerun this, even with a new line or which I just ran, or even with a single space, it will still say that it's empty because that strip will take care of that white space and we won't have to deal with it. So that's kind of what I would do. And then another way too is if you need this as a variable, whether it is empty or not as a variable, you could say something like is empty, and then do not curse string. This is I guess just a bonus thing, right? This now assigns it to a variable, so now this variable knows that this string is empty or not, and then it can evaluate. So if it is empty, then it's going to come down here and run. So if we run this, and just like that, it just basically says that yes, this is true, and that it is empty. And that's why we kind of write the variable as is empty, saying that if it's true, then that usually means it's positive, and if it's false, then it usually means it's negative. So just like that. That's 3 different methods on how you can check whether or not a string is empty in Python. I hope this was valuable. If it is, please leave a like below. And until next time, keep on programming.